Hey guys, how's it going? This week on Jay Speak, we talk about new releases. So NAMM happened kind of in its own weird COVID kind of way, but what isn't kind of weird across the last year. So let's just jump in. A couple things that I think are really cool that came out. So Fender is celebrating 75 years since Leo Fender created the Fender Electric Instrument Company. To me, it always seems like they're celebrating all sorts of things, but honestly, I think one of the neater things about these guitars is the cases. They're supposed to have a silver case with a Lake Placid blue interior, which I think is kind of cool. But like the Strat comes with custom Shop 60 pickups. Telecaster has the custom Twisted Telly pickups, the cool bourbon purse finish, which seems to be on all the guitars, even the basses. Gold hardware, sculpted heel, little badge on the back of the neck. The neck plate is the 75th anniversary badging. So there's some cool things to get excited about there. And then on the flip side, they also have an Inca Silver version too, which I think is kind of cool. And I love painted headstocks, and they're doing that on these. And I think that's just awesome. And Fender updated the Ultra models for this year and kind of gave them some different appointments. And, you know, that's kind of cool. They changed the pickups a little bit, different finishes, etc. So that's neat for the Strats and the Tellys. So that gets an honorable mention. So jumping over to UA, which is Universal Audio. You know, UA really needs no introduction, kind of like Fender. They are a huge company. Now they're jumping into the pedal market, and they're taking a couple swings when they do it. $400 a pop for 3 different pedals is a lot. So if you want to kind of try all of them, you're talking about a $1,200 venture here. But there's the Starlight, which is an Echo. You've got the Golden Reverberator. So that's got your standard plate, spring, and hall reverbs. And then you have the Astra, and it looks like the old Sega logo to me. So you know what, that's kind of cool. But that's a take on a tremolo, a chorus, and a flanger. And some of the demos I heard, it sounds pretty cool. I don't know if $400 a pop is the right price point. They look neat in kind of like an ugly retro kind of way. I don't know. I can't decide if I like the designs or not, but that might be something I'd try in the future. Probably not at the new price point, because $400 is kind of steep for what I think you're getting with those pedals, but it's definitely worth mentioning. Let's talk about Supro. Supro abandoned the whole guitar line. They were cool guitars. I've had a couple. I don't have any more, but I thought they were too expensive for what they were, so that's probably a business decision of we're just not going to do this anymore. Releasing the new Delta King series, and then they're also bringing out a chorus pedal, which actually looks pretty neat. Let's jump over to Gibson. Gibson is doing a lot of different artist models now, and I think that's really kind of cool. They're kind of delving into some younger generation players, which is nice because you had all the old rockers, and Slash has how many guitars now? Doing the whole Murphy Lab now, which is pretty cool. They've got a new Kirk Douglas model out, and he's a wonderful guitar player, and I think he does a lot of really great, unique playing techniques. And I had his SG for a while, and I ended up selling it because, again, I love SGs and the concept, but I just don't like sitting with them, etc. So anyway, they just came out with an ebony and gold and a Inverness green version, which to me, they look spectacular. There's an added master knob, which I think is kind of cool on the pick guard. They're also released in custom shop 61 SGs, which, again, great moves. They will probably be pretty expensive, I am sure, but very cool guitars. So I'll mention Walrus Audio too. They released the Mako series last year, and the first pedal they did was a delay, and it was the D1. And now they've released the R1, which is a reverb, and also they've released another Mako pedal, which is an amp and cab simulator. This pedal is a little more unique than some of the other pedals that have come out. So you can run this one in stereo, and it's based on 60s tube amplifiers. And they also have a USB hookup, and there's a headphone jack on it too, which is pretty neat. But it models after supposed to be the Marshall Bluesbreaker, the Dartmouth mode, which is a 60s era Vox AC30, and then of course the Fullerton, which is a vintage Fender tube amp. So this is a really neat pedal. I actually kind of like the gold yellow color, but this is definitely one to watch and check out if you're interested in kind of ditching your amp. This might be the way to go. It'd be an interesting alternative to some of the Two Notes and Strymon stuff that has been released over the last year or two. So what did you see that you were interested in, either from NAMM or just new releases that, you know, have happened? Ernie Ball, Ibanez, a lot of companies have released a lot of really cool things, but these are just the ones that I thought I'd mention. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many more videos to come. Don't miss one sub.